Florida Chapter 64E-16, Biomedical Waste. This course covers all 12 sections of the Florida Chapter 64E-16. General, definitions, facility policies and procedures, storage and containment, labeling, generator requirements, treatment, biomedical waste transport, registration of biomedical waste transporters, inspections, permits, and fees. This first section is Florida 64E-16.001, General. 1. Florida Chapter 64E-16 prescribes minimum sanitary practices relating to the management of biomedical waste, including segregation, handling, labeling, storage, transport, and treatment. This chapter applies to all facilities that generate, transport, store, or treat biomedical waste to ensure that the waste is properly handled to protect public health. Further, this chapter prescribes minimum standards for permitting biomedical waste generators, storage facilities, and treatment facilities, and for registering biomedical waste transporters. 2. Florida Chapter 64E-16 does not apply to biomedical waste incinerators. This chapter does not apply to linen incinerators. This chapter does not apply to linen that is to be laundered and reused. Further, this chapter does not apply to dead bodies that are disposed of by a person licensed under the provisions of Chapter 470 FS, or to the transport of bodies, parts of bodies, or tissue specimens in furtherance of lawful examination, investigation, or autopsy conducted pursuant to Section 406.11 FS. Specimens or samples collected for laboratory testing or use in medical research or teaching are not considered biomedical waste until such time as the material is discarded. 3. The Florida Department of Health shall regulate the packaging, transport, storage, and treatment of biomedical waste. The Department of Environmental Protection shall regulate biomedical waste incineration and biomedical waste disposal. 4. Healthcare providers shall inform their home user clients verbally and in writing of the recommended method for handling biomedical waste generated in the home setting. Healthcare providers who deliver in-home medical services shall remove or have removed by a registered biomedical waste transporter all biomedical waste generated during the performance of these services. 5. Home users should segregate and package their biomedical waste in a manner that reduces the chance of exposure to the public. 6. Inspections, permitting, and enforcement of emergency medical services that generate biomedical waste shall be performed by the Bureau of Emergency Medical Services. Florida 64E-16.002 Definitions. For the purpose of Florida Chapter 64E-16, the following words and phrases shall have the meanings indicated. 1. American Society for Testing Materials, also referred to as ASTM. A technical society with headquarters located at 100 Bar Harbor Drive, West Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, 19428-2959, which publishes national standards for the testing and quality assurance of materials. 2. Biomedical waste. Any solid or liquid waste which may present a threat of infection to humans, including non-liquid tissue, body parts, blood products, and body fluids from humans and other primates. Laboratory and veterinary wastes which contain human disease-causing agents, and discarded sharps. The following are also included. A. Used absorbent materials saturated with blood products, body fluids, or excretions or secretions contaminated with visible blood, and absorbent materials saturated with blood or blood products that have dried. B. Non-absorbent disposable devices that have been contaminated with blood, body fluids, or secretions or excretions visibly contaminated with blood, but have not been treated by an approved method. 3. Biomedical waste generator, a facility or person that produces biomedical waste. The term includes hospitals, skilled nursing or convalescent hospitals, intermediate care facilities, clinics, dialysis clinics, dental offices, health maintenance organizations, surgical clinics, medical buildings, physicians' offices, laboratories, veterinary clinics, and funeral homes. Mobile healthcare units, such as bloodmobiles that are part of a stationary biomedical waste generator, are not considered individual biomedical waste generators. B. Funeral homes that do not practice embalming are not considered biomedical waste generators. 4. Body fluids. Those fluids which have the potential to harbor pathogens such as human immunodeficiency virus and hepatitis B virus, and include blood, blood products, lymph, semen, vaginal secretions, cerebrospinal, synovial, pleural, peritoneal, pericardial, and amniotic fluids. In instances where identification of the fluid cannot be made, it shall be considered to be a regulated body fluid. Body excretions such as feces and secretions such as nasal discharges, saliva, sputum, sweat and tears, urine, and vomitus shall not be considered biomedical waste unless visibly contaminated with blood. 5. Contaminated, soiled by any biomedical waste. 6. Decontamination, the process of removing pathogenic microorganisms from objects or surfaces, thereby rendering them safe for handling. 7. Department, the Department of Health or its representative county health department. 8. Disinfection, a process which results in a minimum log 6 kill against the vegetative organisms listed in Table 1, and a minimum log 4 kill against Bacillus stereothermophilus spores utilizing steam, or a minimum log 4 kill against Bacillus subtilis spores utilizing dry heat, chemicals, or microwave shredding. 9. Facility, all contiguous land, structures, and other appurtenances which are owned, operated, and licensed as a single entity which may consist of several generating, treatment, or storage units. 10. Hazardous waste, those materials defined in Chapter 62-730 FAC. 11. Healthcare provider, any person who provides medical care or personal services as the term is defined in Section 400.402 FS to another individual. 12. Home user, an individual who generates biomedical waste as a result of self-care or care by a family member or other non-healthcare provider. 13. Leak resistant, prevents liquid from escaping to the environment in the upright position. 14. Outer container, any rigid type container used to enclose packages of biomedical waste. 15. Packages, any material that completely envelops biomedical waste. This includes red bags, sharps containers, and outer containers. Person, any individual, partnership, corporation, association, or public body engaged in the generation, storage, transport, or treatment of biomedical waste. 17. Point of origin, the room or area where the biomedical waste is generated. 18. Public Sharps Collection Program, a cooperative program designed as a nonprofit community service to assist the home user in the safe disposal of discarded sharps. 19. Puncture resistant, able to withstand punctures from contained sharps during normal usage and handling. 20. Restricted, the use of any measure such as a lock, sign, or location to prevent unauthorized entry. 21. Saturated, soaked to capacity. 22. Sealed, free from openings that allow the passage of liquids. 23. Sharps, objects capable of puncturing, lacerating, or otherwise penetrating the skin. 24. Sharps container, a rigid, leak, and puncture-resistant container designed primarily for the containment of sharps, clearly labeled with the phrase and International Biological Hazard symbol as described in Section 64E-16.0042A FAC, and manufactured with dies meeting the requirements for incidental metals as described in Section 64E-16.0042B1.B FAC. 25. Sterilization, a process which results in a minimum log 6 kill against Bacillus stereothermophilus spores utilizing steam, or a minimum log 6 kill against Bacillus subtilis spores utilizing dry heat, chemicals, or microwave shredding. 26. Storage, the holding of packaged biomedical waste for a period longer than 3 days at a facility or in a transport vehicle. 27. Transfer, the movement of biomedical waste within a facility. 28. Transport, the movement of biomedical waste away from a facility. 29. Transport vehicle, a motor vehicle as defined in Section 320.01 FS, a rail car, watercraft, or aircraft used for the transportation of biomedical waste. 30. Treatment, any process including steam, chemicals, microwave shredding, or incineration which changes the character or composition of biomedical waste to render it non-infectious by disinfection or sterilization.